another variation of that, and then if you're in on Thursday night, we'll show you another couple of ways. Because that's the perfect grip. Obviously, if Carl gets sleeve control on the collar, but again, more in reality, when I'm playing inside Carl's guard and he's going for grips and stuff, we're hand fighting the whole time, looking for the grips. I mean, I'm not going to let him get this grip. That would be stupid. Let's just say he does get it, I can break it off. So it just becomes a battle of grip switch positions. So now we need to, when we learn those 5 concepts and we're comfortable about not letting him collapse my knee shield, about getting his head in front of his hips, about getting the weight onto the knee that I'm sweeping. Once I get the weight on that knee, I just chop that knee from under him. Whether it's a scissoring action or whether it's a push. I want to make sure that he's landing on his shoulder, which means then he's landing closer to me, so it's easier to mount. And again, if his knee line is out wide, I'll be using my foot to push, or if it's in line with my hip, I'll be using my scissor action. But let's look at, let's just say Carl's in my guard, and I'm looking for this, which is easy to get because more than likely Carl's going to have that anyway, you know, so I just give it. But this collar, this lapel grip is hard to get. Anytime I'm trying to reach up for it, again, I could be using this hand and then he'd probably let go and it'll just be a whole hand fight. So we'll look at a couple of ways of getting different grips. The sleeve grip's easy to get. So if I get this one, I'll be sweeping him to this side. I'll go for the collar, Carl's hand fighting, doing all that stuff. So instead of trying to grab the collar, I'm going to come under and grab just under the tricep here, where the seam of the gi is. That's an easy grip to get. If we're in the whole battle of hand fighting, I will get that one first, if that makes sense. Then I'll look for the wrist, because the wrist will always be easier. So again, I'm pulling Carl, I'm trying to break Carl down, he's making frames. I'll get this grip, okay, and then I find the wrist. Nothing's changed, we're doing the same shit. I open my guard, okay. From there, I shrimp onto my side. I'm going to bring that knee shield in, my foot is on the hip, my knee is in the shoulder, my other foot comes in, okay. And now from this position, I'm still making that hook. A lot of you guys still weren't doing that. This foot is connected to Carl. I'm making an L shape with my right foot. That really helps my ability. If Carl just postures the whole time and keeps his head back, this can be very difficult. Okay? So I move my hip back, and my goal is to get Carl's head in front of his hips. Once I start accomplishing that, then I'm moving him over that knee. Once I get to there, I'm looking to see where his knee is. Okay? If it's outside the line of his hip, my foot's coming to here. Okay? And then when I push that away, I don't want Carl just flopping onto his right hip. I'm arching my back and taking him so he's landing in my hip line. It's a long way, I'm quite a long way away from that position. So who can fill the space the quickest? If I hang on to this, or Carl's still grabbing me there, so I'm thinking, same concept as the belly down sweep. See the way Carl's made that wedge there? He can physically, if I try to actually sit up to come on to Carl, he's keeping me back. So we take away that profile by actually turning our body down. Keep me away now with that hand, bro. And that. Again. So, in the midst of the hand fight, and I'm looking for lapels, maybe I get this, Carl reaches up, breaks it off. So as he's breaking it off, I'm already getting this grip, okay, under the tricep. Then I'm looking for the wrist. The second I get that, I open my legs, shrimp onto my side, bring in that knee shield, only this time I don't have the luxury of my hand acting as a wedge. So in this variation, I'm going to make sure that my knee is pointing straight up into Carl's armpit. My other foot's on the hip. Now my goal is to get his head in front of his hips. So again, I might have to make adjustments and move my body. So as I bring his head forward, so then I'm arching my back to create a little bit of space. I'm making a hook with that foot. That also helps me get Carl's weight over his right knee. And if his knee is in line with his hip, this is dropping down, and I have that scissor sweep here. Okay, I'm now from this position. The good thing about this grip is, if Pure was pushing on me with his hand, I can physically pull myself up and put my belly towards the mat. Okay, so, how about that, guys, yeah?